Good. Well,
Okay.
good afternoon, you all. I am Randall P. Bogart. I'm one of the assistant directors of student activities. For all, you have probably either received emails from me and things like that. I oversee RSO administrative side with Cheyenne Mitchell, as well as Patrice Thomas, who's a graduate assistant in the Student Affairs Higher Ed program. Today, we just welcome you here today to just share about your experiences as a student organization leader. I am here for the tech support and filling any gaps that I may be missing, and Cheyenne will lead you all through the rest of the session.
Green, and if you could just give an introduction and just give you an introduction of yourself, your org, and anything else. So the first person on my screen is Emily Tinsley.
Can you all hear me? Okay, so yes, I'm Emily Tinsley, and I'm here on behalf of the McEwen Honors College Student Ambassador Program, or Honors Toppers, and our organization works to provide prospective students with personalized tours and also in-depth admissions meetings. I'm sure most of you have heard of us. We also do the Super Saturday program on campus, so that's a several week-long program for elementary and middle school students so in our community, and that's a lot of fun as well. And additionally, we work with a wide array of McEwen Honors College events, and we also host weekly meetings. So this is my third year in the organization, and I love it. I'm a senior, so I'm gonna miss it when I leave, but I've met lots of great people, and I'm excited to be on here with you all today. Thanks.
Thank you, Emily, for that. The next person on my screen is Dance Big Red, Haley, and Briley.
Hi, I'm Briley Barks.
And I'm Haley Cooper.
And we're the overall co-chairs for Dance Big Red.
We have been involved with Dance Big Red for the past 5 years. This will be our 5th year together. We joined Dance Big Red in high school through a smaller program called Dance Little Red, which is an extension of Dance Big Red.
Dance Big Red benefits Norton Children's Hospital out of Louisville. It's a dance fundraiser that's typically 12 hours here on campus.
Yes, so we fundraise throughout the entire year, the fall semester into spring semester, and at the end of fundraising, we have a really large event, typically in Preston, that's 12 hours long, where we all stand just for all the kids who can't.
This year, our event is actually just going to be virtual because of COVID and the global pandemic. So we've decided just to go ahead and not plan for a live event.
But no worries, because last year was virtual as well, because it was the start of the pandemic. So we do have some experience throwing a fun Zoom virtual Dance Big Red, and we know that you all have plenty of Zoom experience by now, so it'll be great.
So if you want to get involved with Dance Big Red, you can.
Yeah, there are 3 ways to get involved. The first way would be to follow us on our social media at Dance Big Red WKU.
You can join us and register at dancebigred.com.
And you can also be a part of our committee member team that helps us plan different events and the virtual event for the year. If you're interested in getting involved and being a part of our team, then you can go to our Instagram bio and look out for a committee member application.
Thank you all for that. Our next person on my screen is Rebecca Price.
Yeah, hi. So I'm here representing Phi Sigma Pi, which is a national honor fraternity on campus. We do have Greek letters and we are a Greek organization, but we're not social Greeks. We stand for 3 things, which are scholarship, leadership, and fellowship. And so we are an honors organization, and so you have to have a 3.0 GPA to enter, and you also have to be a second semester freshman or above, so you have to have college credits to join. But also, we do all the fun things that social Greeks do too. We participate in homecoming. We have recruitment coming up. I'll put our Instagram in the chat so that you all can give us a follow. We have recruitment coming up in the next 2 weeks, so that'll be really fun. But it's just a really good way to meet like-minded people on campus. I've met some of my best friends through this organization, and it's a really good way to get involved if you're interested in having that social aspect, but you also want people that have that scholarship mindset.
Thank you, Rebecca, for that. The next person on my screen is, sorry, you all, Hope for Haiti, Abby, and Emma.
Hi guys, my name's Abby.
And I'm Emma.
And we are the president and treasurer of a club called Hope for Haiti. We're a brand new service club. We actually just got started last semester, so we're very new, but basically the whole point of our club is to raise money to feed students living in Gobert, Haiti. And we do this mostly through fundraisers. Again, we're brand new, so we actually haven't had any fundraisers yet. But our first one is next Thursday and Friday. We're going to be selling bracelets in Centennial Mall to raise money. So yeah.
You can go ahead and follow us on Instagram too at WKU Hope for Haiti. And then we have a group me, so if you want to be added to that, you can go ahead and DM the page.
Thank you.
The next person, thank you all for that. We appreciate that. The next person on my screen is, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, Manzar. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that.
Hi, you're okay. You pronounced it right. Hi, my name is Manzar Zaiva, and I'm the president of the Honor Student Planning Board. Honor Student Planning Board is basically designated honors club in a way, where students, the members of it, get to make events for the honor students, and basically we curate all of the events that are happening in the honors club. If you would like to join us, we are taking applications right now. The due date is going to be September 7th. You can find the applications if you search up your email for Honor Student Planning Board. If the application will show up there. We basically just make events, bring honors community together, and then just have fun together as a team. Thank you.
Thank you for that. The next person on my screen is Austin Hughes.
How are you all doing today? My name is Austin Hughes. I am the president of Building Men of Worth. Our organization, we are focused on navigating experience for the undergraduates by providing the networking opportunities, community focus, and also the leadership opportunities with being on campus. We are currently working on getting our schedule together for this semester because of the COVID pandemic and everything, but our first meeting is actually September the 9th at 5:30. You know, it's aimed more towards just the male population. Sorry, females, but yeah, it's only for the males. It'll be in room 3024, and we're actually looking for members to help get the resources that they need on campus. Once again, thank you for having me on here.
Thank you, Austin, for that. The next person on the screen is Allie Florence.
Hi, everyone. My name is Allie, and I am not the president, but I'm just a member of Student Alumni Ambassadors. And so kind of what SAA does, our purpose is to connect the spirit of the Hills past to its present. So that means we work with alumni, we work with WKU staff, students, the community, Bowling Green community, to participate and plan campus events like Head for the Hill. Homecoming is thrown by the Alumni Association, so that's like our biggest event. And we have guest speakers come speak on campus. We get involved in the Augustine Alumni Center. We get to work there and help out with the planning of things, which is really neat. And we just get to meet a lot of alumni and make connections with those that are in our future career fields and paths. We are recruiting in the spring, so you can apply at any grade level. We've accepted seniors, we've accepted freshmen. I'm a junior and I applied as a freshman, so I've fortunately had 2 years in the organization and it's just been great. So we start recruiting in the spring if you'd like to join, and we have an Instagram at WKUSAA if you'd like to keep up with us this fall. We haven't met yet for the semester, so I don't have any information on our upcoming events, but I'm sure that'll be out on our Instagram soon. So thanks for having me.
The next person on my screen, if I'm looking correctly, I have Adriana Waters.
Hi, my name is Adriana Waters, and I'm an ambassador for the Global Learning and International Affairs Office. At GLIA, we help students pursue global learning by helping students study abroad and also helping international students at WKU. We assist with the study abroad process by helping people apply for their programs, raise money and apply for scholarships, and also just give them general tips and advice to make the most of their experience. And we help international students on campus by helping them acclimate to Bowling Green and allow them to have the WKU experience. And overall, we are passionate about working towards every student who wants to have the global learning experience can.
Thank you, Adriana. The next person I have is Christy Hinton.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christy Hinton. I am the president of the Phi Alpha Honor Society. Our purpose is to promote a closer bond among students of social work and to promote humanitarian goals and ideas. The Phi Alpha fosters high standards of education for social work students and invites into membership those who attain excellence and scholarships and achievements in social work. We're going to be doing our next induction in April. And Phi Alpha is not only the oldest, but it's actually the only national honor society for BSW, MSW, and doctorate students in social work. Phi Alpha recognizes academic excellence and leadership, and we also conduct service projects. And our next one is supposed to be the Cardboard Nation in Elizabethtown. Because of the pandemic, we're not sure if that's going to happen or not. Hopefully it does. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Christy. We appreciate I'm sorry, could you all hear me?
No.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Thank you, Christy. We appreciate you coming. The next person on my screen is Sydney Reed.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sydney Reed, and I am the Vice President of Black Women of Western. We are a student organization that focuses on young minority women. We just don't focus on Black women, but we help them get through their college experience because especially go to a PWI, everybody needs someone to talk to or empower them through their journey. So I've been involved with this organization since my freshman year, but I've been involved with the e-board since like the end of my sophomore year, and I'm a senior. So we do have an Instagram, WKU_BWOW. We have our first event next Tuesday. It's called Meet and Greet. So you're gonna meet the e-board. It's at 7 p.m. in DSU room 3003. And that's all.
Thank you, Sydney. The next person on my screen is Janice Ware. I think you're still on mute, Janice. Yes.
I don't do this on my phone much, I'm sorry. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Janice Ware. I am the co-advisor for Campus Activities Board, more known as CAB. We are a student-led organization at WKU that focuses on effective programming for students who are involved in everything, you know, from dance to singing, different cultural backgrounds, and things like that. We do have an Instagram, a Twitter, a Facebook, and we have created a way to text you guys reminders about events. Now, we are one of the organizations on campus that were impacted very badly due to COVID, since a lot of our events, we are close together and things, but we are working to create COVID-friendly events for everybody, and we will update you guys as soon as we can.
Thank you, Janice, for that. I think that is the last person on my screen. Hang on one second. Sorry, you all, I'm having some difficulties. Randall, can you take over for a second? I'm sorry. My Zoom is messing up.
Okay, thank you all again for those introductions. We are just here to make sure students understand how they can get involved with you all, but we want to start off by giving students or anybody a chance to ask questions, but I will start off the questions. What is the best part about being in your organization, and what have you gained the most from it? Who would like to start? And it is an icon in the Zoom function where you can raise your hand if you would like to use that, or you could physically raise your hand. That's up to you. So let's see who raised their hand first. Janice.
So one of my favorite things about being in a student organization is the people I meet. Because when I first came to Western, I was a very big loner. I didn't talk to many people. But being with CAB, I've met so many different people, so many people in different organizations. And it's just really allowed me to open up myself.
Who else would like to go next? Love to hear from everyone. Adriana? Yes.
One of the great things about our organization is that all our ambassadors are either students who have already studied abroad or current international students. So it's a really good way to, if you're an ambassador, to continue to live the experience that for many of us is life-changing. And it's also great for any of the students we help because we have that experience, either studying abroad or coming to Western as an international student.
Thank you for that. Dance Big Red, let's go.
Hi, so we think that the most impactful thing, like why we keep doing what we do is we have this thing called Why We Dance, and everybody that's in our organization has a reason why they stand for 12 hours and dance. And we actually have a couple like family pictures behind us, but they're all local families from Norton Children's Hospital that are impacted, and they are Why We Dance. There's a specific example is there's a little girl named Riker, and she's 5 years old. So Haley and I from high school have gotten to know Riker from as a baby when she first had her open heart surgery. So we've seen her grow up from 5 years old, and it's just amazing to see her through Norton's and through dance.
Thank you. Allie, I think you were next, and then Austin.
I'd say my favorite part about being a student alumni ambassador is just the different people you get to meet from all over the U.S. and like the age group, the age variation is just so amazing. So a really fun memory I have is we had a diddle luncheon. I don't know if anyone on here attended, but we had friends of Coach Diddle come to the Augustine Alumni Center and tell stories about his legacy and just what kind of person he was. And we got to interact with one another and just learn about the Hilltopper connection from Hilltoppers that were on campus, 60 years ago to people that are here now. So it's just really cool to see that how that connection is still there.
Thank you, Allie. Now, Austin.
On that question, I would definitely say the networking part, just empowering people, just to let them know that we have the resources and it just takes time to just reach out to us, or if you need some help, we're always there. We want to make sure that you have a place that you can call home when it comes to WKU. We always want to make you feel like you're welcome. We want to make you feel like you're always invited to go anywhere or do anything. You don't have to be alone. We're always going to be here for you.
I think Rebecca was next, and then we'll go Hope for Haiti, and then Manzar.
Yeah, so my favorite thing about Phi Sigma Pi is honestly just getting to meet people on campus that I never would have met in the first place, because we're not a major specific organization. So for example, like I'm a math education major, but some of my best friends that I've met through the organization are like journalism and dance and stuff. So I never would have had the chance to interact with them if I didn't join this organization.
Hope for Haiti.
Okay, so like I said, we're a brand new club. So like the fall of last year, we weren't even like an organization. So I guess my favorite part is through like the whole process of making the club is seeing how easy, if you like have an idea and want to start a club here, you can do that so easily. Just like get some friends together and start it.
Thank you for that. Next, Manzar.
Definitely the most fun thing about the Honor Student Planning Board is, first of all, making the event, and then afterwards, and even though when you're making the event, just like being with the team and then curating that event, and at the end of the event, watching all the people come to the event and then spend the time together, it's really honoring to see how students react to that event and then just have one of the best time of their life.
Right, great. Anybody else? Emily, go ahead.
Well, I'm with Honors Toppers, like it says, and I think my favorite part about our organization is you're giving tours and admissions meetings to prospective WKU students, not just prospective honors students. And so I think that you are kind of that liaison, like you may be the first thing that they see when they experience Western Kentucky University for the first time. And so you immediately play this part in their experience or their journey, maybe as a prospective student here. And so I think that you being able to share these personalized stories with them or personalize this tour with them and kind of give them feedback about your experience at H4 or specifically within the Honors College and just what it's like to be a student on campus, you're influencing them a great deal. And you're also encouraging them and supporting them in their decision to come to WKU or to potentially go somewhere else. And I think that you being that first person on that 4-year journey, and then, also as their time as an alum, that's a kind of a big deal when you really look at it that way. And so I've loved kind of helping people make that choice. And then if they didn't want to come to WKU, then allowing them to make that decision easier for them. So that's kind of what I like about it.
Christy, did you want to share?
Absolutely. For the Phi Alpha, it's a society as students for social workers to get to come together and start networking as students. And, as a social worker, we get out there and we're going to be doing that as social workers, and we're going to be making those connections and we're referring our clients to other people. And we get to meet these individuals while we're in college, and we get to see these faces and become used to them while we're here. And so at WKU, and then also being able to do the fundraising and being able to get this money, I talked about the Cardboard Nation. We raised over $12,000 for the homeless, and the homeless is one of the something close to my heart, and it's just awesome that we're able to get out there and do these fundraising activities and really make a difference.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Diane, I will turn it back over to you.
Thank you. So I just want to ask a question for everyone. Can each person kind of tell me what's your organization's favorite event and why? Sydney, you can go ahead.
So I know last year, me and my org, we did this event called Girl Talk. It was like one of our biggest events. So basically, it's like we had like a big pajama theme party. So whatever questions they had, they could ask us. It could be about school, relationships, anything they want to ask. So I feel like that was probably one of our favorite events because it just the environment, and you just have a bunch of girls and everybody's just letting down their guard. It's like you feel like you have a bunch of little sisters or just sisters in general, and you just feel like, okay, I'm making connections with these girls that I never would have thought I'll be able to talk to or ever see if they didn't come to our event or want to be a part of our organization.
Yeah, that sounds great. Next, can we have Hope for Haiti, Abby and Emma?
So because we are so new, we started last semester, but because of COVID, we didn't actually get to host an event. So this next week, we're hosting a bracelet making event, and we're gonna make bracelets to sell the following day. So we're really excited, and we hope that we can make that an annual thing to raise money for these kids.
Thank you all. That sounds like a fun event. I think I want to come make bracelets with you all. Next, can we have Allie Florence?
Yeah, so kind of like I mentioned earlier, the luncheon with Diddle and all of his close friends is like a panel. That was a huge fan favorite, personal favorite for me. But we host like a series of lunch and learns. So you can come eat lunch, and there's either a guest speaker or like a famous alumni will come and speak, and you can just learn from them and sit and just take in everything that they have to say. And it's just a really cool experience.
Thank you. Janice?
So I know some of y'all were in the last student organization one. So I am going to repeat myself when I say that Coffee and Canvas was my favorite event, just because we didn't expect the turnout we had. We planned for this many people, ended up running out of canvases, had to make a quick Walmart run, but everything just came together nicely. Everyone was painting, drinking hot chocolate. It was snowing outside, and it was actually real artists at this event. And it's still on our Instagram if you want to, just scroll through our pictures and see the type of things that the people painted.
Thank you. Manzar?
We do make several events. We made several events prior to this year, but my favorite definitely has been either the fall festival or the movie night. But one of the biggest ones that we do is the end of the year bash, where all of the honor students get together to have a fun, the end of the year kind of activities where they get to have food, sweets, talk with their friends, and then at the same time play activities and games, and then say goodbye to the stressed final weeks.
All right, next, can we have Mr. Austin Hughes?
Well, there's been so many events that we've tried to do and we've held, but definitely one of my favorites that I have been a part of as the president is our game nights and our real talk session. The game night was just for the men to come out and have fun, playing the game or playing some pool, just going to the game room and just showing their true skills. But then again, we're still talking to them, just, checking up on them, just making sure they're having fun, but they're also staying focused on the schoolwork as well. Because, you have to balance, and time management is one of those things. So they came out, they show their skills, and then we just collectively talk about what we want to do in the future and how we want to be perceived on campus.
Thank you for that, sir. Next, can we have Christy Hinton?
I don't want to sound like a broken record, but again, I'm going to say the cardboard nation, and not necessarily that I say it. The word was fun, but you get to get out there and experience. You get a cardboard box, and you get to stay overnight on the property, and you get to experience what it's like to be homeless, and you get to help raise money. And so I don't want to say it's fun, but it's an event that's really meaningful,
Thank you, thank you. All right, do we have anybody else left that would like to answer? If not, I can go ahead and move on. Okay, Dance Big Red, and then Rebecca.
So clearly our main event, like Dance Big Red, is our favorite event, the 12-hour event, but we also have some fundraisers throughout the year. Like Haley was telling me, she was like, I'm gonna say dodgeball. That's my favorite event that we do. And then we also have a kickball tournament that's really fun. So there's lots of events that we have that are really fun.
All right, Rebecca, you got it.
Great. So my favorite event that Phi Sigma Pi does is a while ago, I think the spring before last, because sadly we weren't able to do it this spring because of COVID, but we go to a campground in Illinois as a chapter just with all of we call ourselves brothers because we're co-ed. But we go there and we camp out for a couple of days. We make s'mores. We go horseback riding. We do archery, rock wall climbing, like all this fun stuff. It's completely free to all members. And it's just a really fun way to like get off campus and get to know people as they are like in real life. Like not to say campus isn't real life, but just like how people interact somewhere other than in DSU.
Thank you. Before I conclude this one, I didn't skip over anyone. Adriana, go ahead.
Hello. So we have two events that come to mind that unfortunately look different because of COVID. The first would be the Study Abroad Fair. Normally we're able to have like the fair on one day for a few hours. We can't do that because of, we can't have in-person events. So instead, on the week of the 14th, we are having a multi-day virtual fair where I can find the information and drop it in the chat, but where people can come and attend virtual sessions. So you can attend specific sessions based on what program or location you may be interested in studying abroad. And we're co-hosting this with EKU as well. The second event that comes to mind is Story Slam. We usually have it in the fall semester, and this is when students, and they don't have to be an ambassador with our program, they can just be anyone who's had a global learning experience. They come and they give a quick story following a theme about their experience. So like last year, our theme was home. Normally we have this in Spencer's and it has a really cool coffee slam vibe. Again, we can't do that at the moment. We are thinking of, if possible, pushing it towards next semester, but that's all very uncertain right now.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? You can go ahead, Emily.
Sorry. I think that this is not an event that we host, but when the graduating seniors of the Honors College have their luncheon at the end of the year, that's something that we always get to help out with. And I love it because you get to see those students that have done the CTE projects and the students who have kind of a different variety of projects that they've worked on, and awards are given out and families come and they kind of see what their students have done throughout the past 4 years and kind of what the Honors College stands for. And it's special to me knowing that at the end of this year, my family will get to do the same thing. So I always enjoy getting to help out and being a part of that.
Thank you for that. I'm going to go on and ask you all one more thing that I feel like may be really important to students on campus that would like to be involved. And I'll just take a few volunteers for this one, and I won't try to take everyone at once, but I'll take a couple volunteers. Could a couple of you all tell me how you balance being involved in a student organization and your academics? And anyone can kind of just jump on that one.
I'll go. I think that it's important to take on some leadership, and as a honor student already, taking on that leadership and being a role model to my fellow social workers, the other students, and my family members. Self-care has been the main thing that I focused on in order to be able to do everything and to balance it all out. I definitely take, even if it's just 15 minutes a day, focusing on my self-care and making sure that I breathe and I do that little bit of meditation, and that I take care of myself in those little ways that I know that is important for me to stay safe, happy, healthy, keep my family safe, happy, and healthy. But I say self-care is my main focus in order to keep everything in line and keep going. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Next, we'll have Rebecca and then Dance Big Red.
I think it's a really great question, honestly. So as a student at Western, I'm also a senior. I'm a part of 4 different organizations, which can be a lot at different points. I hold a leadership position in all of them. So it gets really busy and hectic at times. But something that I found that helps me is just to treat school like a 9-to-5 job, or like an 8 if you have an 8 a.m. and just focus on school during that period and just block it off only for that. And then do your clubs and everything afterwards. So that way you have a set time that you're dedicated to everything, so that you're not missing out on your schoolwork in order to do something else.
So for me, I just felt like it was important to get involved in something on campus. And then finding, especially something like Dance Big Red, it's just so rewarding. And then being around the people in Dance Big Red who support you, and everybody's got your back if you feel overwhelmed. Like even being an overall co-chair, I mean, if I can't do something, Haley will take it up, and like all of our execs, they're amazing people, and it's just so nice to find a place where like you can be yourself. And if you are overwhelmed, there's always going to be someone that's got your back, and you can always lean on your friends.
Yeah, just remembering you're not alone, and to ask for help when you need help, but also to communicate. So anytime you feel confused, anytime you have a question, just not be afraid to reach out. But I always say that, you know, if you have that extra hour in a day that you're going to go sit and drink your Starbucks, do your schoolwork, do your homework in that hour at 3 o'clock, and then you can focus on whatever. And so then you help kind of manage your time better, but also remember that if you need help, don't be afraid to ask.
Thank you all for that. Those are really good tips. I have one more thing to ask you all. So I know you all have been on the Hill for a couple of years, and you all have been involved in your organizations. Could you tell us what's the best part about being a Hilltopper? Austin, would you like to go?
Yes. Being a Hilltopper, it's different. It's a family tie that you wouldn't expect from a campus or any type of campus. When I came, I was like, okay, this is a big hill. I'm gonna have to walk this every day, but you know, it's all right. You gotta learn. Hey, that hill's gonna get you slim. So if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, definitely, I have enjoyed being here as a Hilltopper. All the events that I have been a part of, and just like the resources, like it's here for you. If you wanna do something and you're truly serious about following through and being successful, the resources are here. That's the reason why I chose WKU, and to be a Hilltopper has definitely taught me where I want to go. I wouldn't change it.
Emily, you can go ahead.
I think with Western, I think you kind of get the best of both worlds in a sense, because by others, we're not technically considered a large university, but I think that we make up for that in a lot of different ways. You know, we're nationally competitive with scholarships, and we have great research programs. We're well known for lots of different majors and like areas of study. And so I think that it's a well-established university with people who are very educated and very determined. And then we have this great community atmosphere as well. And so there's 20,000 students that are enrolled at WKU, but to me, it doesn't necessarily feel like 20,000 students. And for others, that may be, you know, something that they want that bigger university feel, but we have lots of big qualities. So I think that there's so many positives to this university, and I love the people here. And if I could spend another 4 years here, I definitely would.
I think you're muted.
I'm sorry, you all. I'll take a couple more volunteers, and then we'll start wrapping up in a couple of minutes.
Just to kind of go off what Emily said, Alabama was my first choice, and I toured it, and I had a couple of friends that went to Alabama. And when I got to sit in on a class, the class sizes were huge, and there was no feeling of I will definitely be able to go talk to that professor. I could definitely see myself feeling comfortable in this class. But all of the classes and all the professors, even if it was a 100 level class year, I felt like I could go up to them after class and talk to them. I feel like they know my name. And I even have professors who have doctorates, and they're like, call me Vicky, we're friends. And so I love that about being a Hilltopper, that I don't think any of my friends who go to state schools have that. And I love that about being a Hilltopper. Do you want to add anything?
You said it all.
I'd like to say something for a minute. The connectedness, like they were both talking about. I was in a car wreck last year, and I was in my undergrad. It was my last year with my undergrad, and just how much everyone cared. Everyone was like my family, and everyone just pulled together, and they made sure that I made it. I'm gonna cry. But they made sure that I made it, and they were just as much of a support system for me as my family was. I was in a wheelchair for 4 months. They were right there by my side. One of the people in my cohort helped push me and helped get me to class. She would come and get me. My teachers were all really supportive. Everyone, all the professors, even professors that weren't even my professors would reach out to me. So I think that the personableness and how close everyone is, even if you don't really know them that well, the people love you here. So that's my story. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Sydney, you can go ahead and go, and then that'll be the last one.
So I know me, like the best part being a hilltopper is it's just, I know like when I go into class, it doesn't matter how big the class is. I know that my teacher's going to know my name by the end of the semester. It might take them a while, but they're going to know who I am by the time I leave. And then if I leave their class, if I don't have for another semester, they'll still know who I am. They'll still, if they see me, they'll speak. If I need anything, I can go to them. Like I have made connections with professors that haven't even been my professors, and now they're my mentors. They have helped me with so much stuff just from me just being here. So when I came here, I'm happy I came here because literally it's a family away from home, and I just love it.
Well, thank you all. I appreciate all of your answers to our questions. I hope our students are able to get a lot of info from all of the information you all have given today. If you all could just follow us on social media, on Instagram and Twitter, it's at WKU_SA, and then our Facebook is just student activities. And then if you all don't already know about it and would like to register for it, we have DLI, which is Dynamic Leadership Institute, that is open for registration. If you go onto the WKU website and go onto the student activities page, the link for that to register for that is on there. We would like to get as many people as we can to sign up for that. It's a really good program. And it's just a great thing to be involved with. Thank you all for coming today. Thank you all for giving all the information that you all were able to give today. In the chat box, Randall put the link for DLI. So if you all want to grab that before you hop off of Zoom today, that would be great. And just thank you all again for coming today.